Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Monday, July 8th, and I'm back. I actually recorded a CarCast on Saturday and didn't end up posting it. I actually played it on my Periscope that same day. I'd recorded it in the morning. I'd forgotten to post it. I was like, should I play it or should I just not bother posting it? And so I didn't post it. I played it on my Periscope. You didn't miss anything exciting. And if you've listened to our podcast from Saturday, then you already heard pretty much anything I would have said on it. That's what I tell you. Go listen to our podcast. Did you listen to our podcast? We had a good show. 2.5 hours roughly. We covered it all. Matter of fact, we covered more than it all. We covered more than CBS did, which we usually do. But in this case, they left out some stuff that we thought they would show. They didn't show the House meeting. Well, a couple of House meetings, but they didn't show the first House meeting that they had. They didn't show the Let's Not Talk game with any of the evictees House meeting. Now, perhaps they decided that was too much to explain, because if they show them saying that, then they'd have to show how many of them quickly broke that, rule or suggestion that Jack put out there. I'm guessing that's it. They decided, you know what, we can't do this, and they probably won't have a chance to do it on Wednesday's show, and then it'll be Thursday in an eviction, and then it'll be a new head of household. So abandon that. That's kind of a 1 week topic, I suppose. But it was interesting for us to talk about it. And we also, what else did we do that they didn't show? Well, they showed the wackadoodle contest with snakes. Jack won it. That tells us something. That tells us that Jack lied to Jackson when he said he didn't win it. Which we knew somebody was lying. We just didn't know who the person was. We also found out what the power was. Not much of a power, really. And I've said it several times, but think about it. You have the opportunity, the way I understand it, to basically stand up and say, I don't like who got picked for power of veto. Let's redraw. And the 3 people that were selected to play in extra, or, people like, it lasts until the last 6. It's really powerful. Yeah. And then when there's only, 5, when you're down to 8 people, there's only 2 people picked. Right? Wait. There's only 2 possible people that can't be picked. When you're down to 7 people, there's only 1 person that can't be picked. I mean, I suppose when it's down to 7 people, and if Jack's still around and he doesn't get picked to play in the power of veto, he could say, that's it, redraw, and he'll get a chance to maybe get selected again. Or he may not. It's not the people that were selected get tossed out and the other people get a chance to get in. No, it's as far as I understand, they just do a complete redraw. They just put all the chips back in the bag and they try again. So your odds of getting picked are no better the second time than they were the first time. Whatever. I mean, you say it's the same odds as they were. It just so happened that the first time they didn't work out for you. It's just not a very powerful power. In addition, the fact that you get to force that, it's random. It's not random. You have to expose yourself. They didn't say no one will know you did it. They just said it's random. Now, if Ovi hadn't revealed his power to some of the house, and Jack's power said it kept you anonymous, then they could have thought and it was anonymous, they could have thought that it was the person who got the first power that did it. But this time around, they didn't. Here's a weakness in this, or something that's good, some would say, about this particular power, this go round this time, is that this time only 5 people are known to have won a power. So far, there's 5 people in the house right now that can say, it wasn't me. I didn't have a chance to play for a power, so it couldn't be me. And right now, everybody in the House, even if the power to replace a nominee was anonymous, most of the House would know, well, it was one of those 5 people that played it. And who's going to be one of the 5 people that played it? Well, one of the ones that didn't get picked for power of veto, I'm supposing. So, it's interesting. I'm okay with it. I don't care that much. I just wonder why they decided that it wasn't going to... Why production made the decision that this particular power wouldn't be anonymous. Because it really forces you to expose yourself. So it's not a very good power. Even though Jack said on the show last night it's an awesome power. No, it's not. He knows it too. He told someone last night. He told Christie he had the power. And he said it's not as good as Ovi's. That's the first thing he said. So CBS is going to have to edit that part out. They're going to show him telling Christie he has the power, but they're not going to show him saying it's not as good as Ovi's. But that in itself is revealing. Apparently Jack really trusts Christie. Apparently Jack sees Christie as his final 2. I don't know if he's officially told her that, but just the fact that he just gave her that level of trust implies that to me. So, Markup Jack is being committed mostly, especially with what happened this weekend after our show Saturday night. Get up Sunday morning and there's people saying, oh my gosh, look what happened here. Annalise and Jack got busy, and oh my gosh, look at Bella and Nick. Yes, according to both of them, they now have joined Jackson's club as having been with women in the biblical sense in the Big Brother house. I don't know what the record is for the Big Brother house, but we're at 3 apparently and counting, and if Jackson gets his way, he may add Holly to that list, because he's already moved on, as we know, and as they showed last night from Kat, and he's moved on to Holly, or trying to get to Holly. Holly probably has more sense than that, and either will be extremely discreet, but you know what, Jackson talks, so I wouldn't even, I don't know, cross that line. Ladies, you get in the Big Brother house. The guys seem to like to talk, so I wouldn't be doing anything that you won't be afraid with America knowing, even if you think it's completely private, because the guys seem to like to talk and brag. Has anything ever changed from whenever? I mean, you know, go back to middle school, to high school. The guys talk, they brag, they thump their chests. They've got to prove themselves. Nick and Jack bragged to each other last night, or yesterday afternoon. So, what do we got? We got Jack. We got Christie. I don't think she listens to my CarCast, and I don't have her name here off the top of my list, but I retweeted her alliance chart. So this person created an alliance chart last week, just basically a piece of paper she took a picture of, and it's very much like some of my old alliance charts, where it's a little bit messy, and you know, it's not nice and crisp and clean like some that people make, which are great, but in other ways it's kind of like, just throw it together. You know, I used to make mine, and I still have, with Microsoft Paint. And part of the reason I made it with Microsoft Paint is because I didn't want it to look like it was all shiny and new and clean. I don't know if it was the first one, but I know I did them in Big Brother 15, where I had, you know, Helen and Amanda and Andy all near the center. It was this big onion is how I called it. I call it an onion that you peel off the layers just to get to the center, because there's basically one big alliance and everyone's getting chipped off the outside. And that was how I did the alliance chart that year. So she's done an alliance chart. It's really good. It has all the parts and pieces, or almost all the parts and pieces, although it kind of has Kemi and Jessica completely out on their own, like with no real alliances or strong attachments, other minimal lines. I think Kimmy's got a little bit more going for her, but I'm not 100% sure. And I thought Jessica really had something more, but maybe not. But it's a good look. Check it out. I retweeted it this morning. I don't know. I've done a couple this year, but I don't know if I may start doing another one once it gets a bit further on, but I don't know. It depends. It just depends on how my mood swings. So I think that's where we're at. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to tell you. I've got to do an Ovi thing. If you missed our show on Saturday, if you haven't listened yet, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of something you'll hear, and I guarantee you it's not going to be as good or as funny as it was Saturday night, but we'll try.
So everybody, this is Ovi, and just want to let you know that I'm going to do a special little recording for the Big Brother Gossip patrons, where I analyze my fellow house guests. And it's only going to be for patrons. It's just a special thing that I'm going to do. So you'll be sure to, if you're a patron, you'll get to get it. Someone complained and said, I thought everything on Big Brother Gossip was free. But we said our show is always free. But we're going to do bonus stuff for our patrons. I mean, Scott and Colette already do their day drinking for patrons. And we've done things in the past with like the ringtones and stuff like that. So I thought I'd do this ranking of the house guests for the patrons. And hopefully I'll get it done sometime this week when I'm not too busy doing other things like trying to get into the Big Brother house, okay? So there you go. So yeah, we're going to work on that. It's the content I'm more concerned about than the impression. That's the easy part. It's coming up with something witty to write or to think of, to say. We'll work on it. And there you go. So that's what's up. It's a Monday morning. I'm back at work. Ugh. But I worked Friday too. So those of you that have not listened to our podcast, please do so. We are on Spotify. Scott finally got us on Spotify. So those of you that have not been listening to the Big Brother Gossip Show because you only listen to me on Spotify, the Big Brother Gossip Show is now on Spotify. So now you have no excuse. All right, that's it. I'm out of here. Have a happy Monday. Tell everybody to listen to me or not. Tell everybody about the Big Brother Gossip Show if you can. And we'll talk to you later. Shout out to my sister, who's apparently catching up listening to my CarCast and the Big Brother Gossip Show. I have to remind myself of that so I don't say anything too embarrassing. Hopefully I haven't this time around. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.